Greetings all, Vanna here for the Earth Signs Weekly Message. The first thing that I see for my Earth Signs is that you guys have been going through quite the ego death in some form, like either the situation or your life goals have changed and shifted in ways that a year ago were not even in the plans. And that's because you have done so much in your healing. You have done so much in continually deciding that, no, I am worth more than what I have experienced. I deserve a higher level of love. I deserve a higher level of life than what I have experienced. And because you did not trap yourself in those old mentalities with the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Swords in the reverse, you have gone through this death. You have gone through this transmigration. And that word, transmigration, to move to a different level, in like each of the cards repeat that, and my ear has so much pressure right now. You have journey, imagination coming out for Virgo, and buried in the earth, transference for Capricorn. Each one of these cards is another very powerful indicator of how you are going through a deep, deep change right now. And what is it all leading towards? Wealth and authenticity. Now that could be a scary image at first, but the medicine mask is asking you to drop everything that does not make you happy, that is not truly yours, and offer that to spirit, because it has already taken up too much space in your life. It has already taken too much space on your table where love should be, where self-respect should be, where self-care and admiration for all of the emotions you've been taught and learned to seek outside of yourself, being your true origin point when you give up everything that made you feel like you were not enough, that you inherently had to be reminded that you were amazing, that you had to be told that you were incredible. You just feel that now. And it's like the king doesn't need to say they're king. Someone who loves themselves does not have to repeat it. And this is a problem that I have faced for a very long time. I used to hate the phrase, fake it till you make it, because I hated wearing that mask. I was a very angry person when I started my spiritual journey when I was 16. And I didn't want to be anyone but who I was. But who I was at the time was very angry, was upset, and wanted nothing more than her voice to be heard. And so I said and did things that made more problems for myself. And I came to understood why we had to wear certain masks in certain situations. The Chariot is coming out for you to help guide you through those situations, those masquerades, and help continue to move you through, because the worst thing that could happen to us when we are masking like that is what happens so often when people only see themselves as their ego, when people only see themselves as who they present to the world. You legitimately start to believe that is all you are. That all you are is your job status. That all you are is your marriage status or your parental status or lack thereof. That you think all of these labels and titles and human-made confinements are everything that you are. And it's been a very difficult road for myself to unplug and unlearn all of that, because, I mean, especially as a woman, we are taught that is our entire value, is whose arm are you on and how many children did you make? It's very difficult to move away from that that programming that we are under. Even for men, it's your entire role is how much money do you bring into the house, and what do you provide? It's not fair for either party. And it takes a lot of people going through this very painful healing to state that they're gonna fucking change something. Stand up for yourself. Bitch fire, you don't have to burn down the entire world to make your point known. And that's what I think some people get lost on in the angry part of the minorities that want their voice heard, the angry members of the LGBT, the angry members of POC, is they want to see every person who hurt them suffer. And that is only going to repeat and perpetuate that cycle of anger and frustration. Absolutely stand up for yourself. Absolutely lay down those boundaries. But you do not want to make yourself the monster that they've painted us as. Whether you're a witch or just a weirdo. You don't want to be the monster that they painted us as. So please do this work to heal that anger and to heal that frustration, because when you are being brought into the public eye, when you are being brought into the collective as a speaker, everything that you say will carry weight. Even things said in jest. The subconscious mind does not know when you are making a self-deprecating joke about yourself. When you say something horrible like, and this is a legitimate thing I said to myself in high school, was, guys don't like me so much, I'm a dick repellent. That was a legitimate thing that I said about myself in high school. And it perpetuated this feeling, not just in myself, but in my peers and my classmates, that there's no good to come from spending time with me. And I also understand that I was being protected from a lot of things in school. I was being protected from my peers. Because if I were as bright as I am now then, I would not be who I am now. And I would be surrounded by a lot more shame, a lot more trauma, and a lot more drama. Because I would not have the strength that I have now to say, you are not going to treat me like that. And that is one thing that may have been a reason or a challenge for you, my love, is some of the issues that you have gone through have been being pushed aside, being put into the shadows, in the background. And it's not your responsibility to make every person in this world see how amazing you are, because that further perpetuates this idea that you have to prove to someone outside of yourself that you are this thing. When you just are, it shows. And I'm not saying like you can't have bad days. You can't have times where you lose your self-confidence, where you lose your strength. You're human. That's going to happen. But don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to verbalize when you don't feel the best. And you don't have to tell physical people if you don't feel like you have anyone around you. I feel like you do. And it's just a little hard for you to trust that the things that you say will stay confidential. And absolutely use discernment with that. But if you don't feel like you have someone in your physical environment that you can talk to, let that be another offering to Spirit. Let them have your anxiety. Let them have your fear. Let them have your frustration, and let them have your doubt. Because it does not serve you, therefore it does not belong to you. But we live in the realm of free will, my love. Without your permission, Spirit cannot do anything. Why do you think there has always been prayer? In whatever religion, faith, or society you look back on, prayer has always been an important aspect of people's cultures, because we need a little guidance. We need a little love. And you are receiving that, my love. And Spirit wants you to give to them what it is you feel is holding you back right now. Even if it's just in lack of discernment, lack of consistency, whatever it is, don't be afraid to tell them what you need, because you never know where that could go.